Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is the Pregame Show Network. I am Tolly Carr. Hope you are enjoying your spring. Our guy, Uncle Neely, he's enjoying a little time in Jackson, Mississippi. Neely, we had a chance just last week to talk with Coach Prime, an exclusive sit down, if you will. Me, you, another handful of content creators. Coach Prime gave a lot of exclusive content, and we're going to give it to you. Piece by piece, not all at once, piece by piece. You'll enjoy it that way. We're looking out for you. It's like your mama. She just can't give you everything at Christmas, save a little bit for the day after. You always appreciated that, right? All right, so here is where we're going to start off, Neely. Let's hear from Coach Prime. You and I will come back and talk about it. Here's the question we'd like to ponder today. Will Coach Prime be remembered more as a player or as a coach?
Winning by the people that I'm able to touch and the different light that I'm seen in. See, when you're a player, you're a player and you do some tremendous things and you have a time frame and a suggested era. When you're coaching, the impact is also tremendous. It's not, some people would think as glorious as playing, but to me, it's much more impactful because some of the people that had the greatest impact in my life were coaches, not players. It was coaches. And I really truly believe that when it's all said and done, it will be about the coach, not the player. We're like right now, some people don't even know me as the player. They know me as the Aflac man, the Kentucky Fried Chicken man, the Shades man, the book man, the phone man, like the shoe man. I'm different men. So they don't. Some people don't even know me as that, which is also a blessing. But with all the access and ability comes expectation, and I like to exceed it. Coach, I really like to exceed it. And, I'm going to work until I do. I'm going to make sure we do. And when we get all the heat and the storms like we do, we get it because we know the sun is going to shine. Like, ain't nobody trips when it rains because it's going to stop, right? Ain't nobody trips when you got a storm and it's thunder and lightning because it's going to stop, right? And that's how it is with life, and that's how it is with the drama. But the level of it should tell y'all, hey man, this ain't normal. Like this God is really doing something. This is not normal because how can people get so mad at this? Or how can they get so frustrated with that? This ain't normal. So that has to be something. Oh my God, it has to be something huge that's coming because this is truly abnormal. This is not right the way they're responding, the way they're thinking, the way they're suggesting, the way they're setting this up, the way they're plotting, the way they're planning. It ain't normal. When Colin do his impersonations, it's hilarious to me because that's pretty much how things go. Like Shador texted me the other night. Last night, he texted me. He said, Dad, it's a darn shame that the truth is starting to look like a lie. He said, and the truth is starting to look like a lie to people. And what is wrong with people? I say, son, it is what it is. This too shall pass. And you're going to learn, we're going to learn a lot from these times.
Well, a couple of different things to unpack there, Neely. Let's start at the beginning, which was the question, will Deion Sanders be remembered more as a player or a coach? And there's some, multiple choice. There's other things you could throw in there. Pitch man, entertainer. The man has been rapping. He's been on Saturday Night Live. He's done quite a few media appearances on the NFL Network. A lot of things to remember him by. He says coach. Neely, what do you say?
Well, I say I'm going to bet on Deion Sanders. I think over the longevity of his career, whether it's 1980s at Fort Myers High School or, the late 80s, early 90s at Florida State, on to the Atlanta 49ers Cowboys, and throughout his career, baseball or football, he has won way more than he's lost. And so what brought that question out, Tolly, as I was reading Coach Prime's book, Elevate and Dominate 21 Ways to Win on and off the field. New York Times bestseller. Got to add that in there. There's a segment in the book where he talks about himself and says, hey, man, when this coaching thing is all said and done, with all I've accomplished in my multiple careers, I'm going to be known way more for coaching than I have been for a Hall of Famer, for interceptions, for running kickoffs to the house, pitch man, you name it. And so I had to ask him about this. Like, man, with all that you have accomplished, how is it that you figure that coaching-wise you're going to be known for that? Because to me, that means multiple national championships, multiple impacts on lives. And he took that and ran with it. And you heard his answer there. He believes that the impact he's going to have on young people, the impact he's going to have as far as eyeballs on the program and people gleaming from what he does and how he moves, that as the train moves down the track, people are not going to know Neon Deion or Prime Time or Hall of Fame or Gold Jacket. They're going to know Coach Prime and his college coaching career.
And that's crazy, like in a good way, because within his generation, he's one of the few, Neely, that young kids. So of course, we remember all those guys, right? But even the youngins are like, oh yeah, I know him. The greatest to do it at the cornerback position, electric as a punt returner, electric in so many. Even went out there as a wide receiver and got it done when that's what the job called for. But he says the impact will be greater as a coach. And I think that benefits the world more. There will be plenty of players. Not everyone can coach. We all know not everyone can play, but even fewer can coach. Neely, I would imagine people in Colorado for now are loving that answer, because there's a thing that we don't talk about a lot, but people always wonder, what's his attitude towards coaching going to be when there's no Shedeur, when there's no Shiloh? We all know the history, Neely. He's spent their entire lives coaching them.
Yeah, that's one of the things that everyone is going to have to wait and see. And by everyone, I'm including Coach Prime in that. I don't think he can fully appreciate what life after Shedeur and Shiloh will be like. He did have a year or so not coaching Shiloh when Shiloh was off of South Carolina, but he's coached Shedeur, grown, legendary, all of his playing career. So I think there will be an impact there. But as you can hear Coach Prime articulate, he's not done with coaching. And here's one of the things I also want to bet on Deion Sanders when he says that he's going to be known for coaching more than anything else, the longevity that he can have in coaching. Coach Prime ain't 60, and people have coached into their mid-80s. You look at how long Nick Saban coached. You look how long Coach Prime's former coach Bobby Bowden coached. You look at Joe Pa or Eddie Robinson at Grambling. When you're getting it done, you're getting it done. So the shelf life on Coach Prime's coaching career can easily be another 20 to 30 years if he so chooses. His playing career was 14. His broadcasting career is 14. The impact that he can have on coaching really does exceed 14 years, because he'll tell anybody that's listening, he ain't in a hurry to leave Boulder, and he certainly ain't in a hurry to stop coaching. He loves what he's doing. And when you read that in his book and then hear his answer, you go like, you know what? Now that I think about it, I think he's right. I think when it's all said and done, there are going to be more people that know him as Coach Prime versus Prime Time.
And has been on the record several times, has no interest in an NFL or a pro coaching job.
He has doubled down, quadrupled down on that. His answer remains steadfast, but his personality, his work ethic, the way he is demanding on people to perform, he just doesn't think that would mesh well in a professional locker room with the salaries and the egos and all that abound. So I think he's firm in the college level.
I know there are people out there rooting for a Shedeur, Deion, Jerry Jones special in Dallas. that would be storyline for days. But don't put your money on that. Neely says put your money on Deion Sanders. Don't put it on a Cowboys reunion storyline unless you just like losing your money. Neely, there was something else that he touched on, kind of switched directions there. Neely would love that storyline too, just in case you're wondering. He talked about how abnormal the energy is surrounding Colorado, whether it be the love or the hate, the comments, whatever the talk is, the amount of talk is so abnormal. And as opposed to being overwhelmed or worried or anxious about it, no matter which way that talk goes, which you see every day, this past week seemed a little extra, if you will. He sees that there's something special in all of that, Neely.
Absolutely, Tolly. Let's look at this guy's career. Go back to mid-'80s, 1985, 86. And, we didn't have Google then and search engines and that kind of data. But I would imagine each year, each decade since then, Deion Sanders is probably in the top 10, if not top 5, people being discussed every year since 1985, to present. And so he's used to the scrutiny. He's used to the attention. The attention does not bother him. He tells anybody around him, yours included, Neely, that, hey, man, the spotlight is here. Get some of this spotlight, but just understand it's going to show your great parts and also show your blemishes because the light don't lie. Just like Tolly Carr once told me, people don't lie about what they like. If they like it, they're going to consume it. If they don't like it, they stop. And clearly, for the better part of now approaching 40 years, Tolly, people like and love Deion Sanders. And I think that the like and love supersedes the hate out there. The hate has its place. It ain't going nowhere. He's always had detractors, always had haters. But for the most part, man, it is a love relationship with the consumer and Joe Public out there. People can't get enough of Deion Sanders.
I told him he's been popping since I was 12 years old. He tried to make it seem like I was playing him to his face like he was Fred G. Sanford or something. Like, Coach, it ain't my fault, man. I'm getting older, and you're still relevant as we continue to age. Neely, I appreciate it, man. There's plenty of content for you to check out this week. You might think, spring ball is over, is a little lull. Oh, there's no lull. There's no lull. Baby, we have exclusive Coach Prime content coming to you on the regular. Even though it's the off season, we don't stop, can't stop, won't stop. The Pregame Show Network, make sure you check it out. Make sure you're subscribed wherever you need to be subscribed so you can get those notifications. More coming your way right here. He's Uncle Neely. The J-Hat is back. I like that, Neely. I'm loving the return of the J-Hat right here on the Pregame Show Network. We'll talk to you soon.